Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Let's Play Mordheim City of the Damned and the new guys in town, the Witch Hunters, which are placed in the middle now. There is some kind of crossover between the Sigmarites and the human mercs, with the difference that they're not that much into heavy armor as the others, especially when it comes to their henchmen. They have magic users as well, but primarily they're anti-magic units. Well, let's have a closer look, shall we? And here we are. Most of the things, or all of the things, remain the same. We have the veteran system where you can buy abilities for your warband, but mostly let's look into the units themselves. The Witch Hunter himself, when we have a look at him, here we are. Very high agility, so in theory he could take, for example, sidestep, mastery. Good intelligence, not good enough to take knowledge Mordheim. For those of you who have questions about the skills and what I'm talking about, well, I can make a different video if you so like. But basically you will notice that his skills are okay. His strength is not that high, but it's high enough to wear heavy armor and to learn the heavy armor mastery skill to be more important. He has a very good selection of ranged weapons. Well, basically all the ranged weapons there are, even hunting rifles. Woohoo. Good selection of armor, all kinds of armor, wonderful. The weapons, however, well, the great sword and the great hammer are the only two-handed weapons, but it's your leader, and later on in the game, the only way to keep yourself alive is to rise your melee resistance, which means you're going with shield and a one-handed weapon, because if you go with a two-handed weapon, you will either be too slow or not able to defend yourself. So, sword and shield. In the beginning, it's all about two-handed weapons. In the end, it's all about one-handed weapons and shields. Perks, magic resistance 20%. He's got an extra skill, which is Hunter's Patience. Well, he's a little bit better at dodging. And the funny thing is, when he uses dodge, he gets the same bonus as if he was parrying, which is actually quite good. Because dodging is a lot better than parrying. There are some things you cannot parry, but there is no thing that you cannot dodge. And dodge is quite easy to rise. And you can dodge with a two-handed weapon. You cannot dodge, you cannot parry with a two-handed weapon except you're using a halberd. So that's quite good. They have a selection of special skills. Ardent Cleansing, well, a bonus when you find Wordstone. Well, find Wordstone first. You get a bonus that requires someone casting at you. Yeah, not my favorite. When we go to the offensive skills, it's Burn the Witch. Oh boy, no. Yeah, prevents fleeing and disengage for 2 turns. That's actually quite nice, but not that nice, because most enemies would prefer to beat you into oblivion than to run away. And Trial by Pain, yeah, also not that useful. If you compare it to, for example, the chaotic abilities or skills, active as passive, they're far superior. So, nice, but as you can see, no real burner, because it always requires either someone who is spellcasting to make it work on the enemy side, or it simply keeps the enemy from doing something that he would not do anyway. So, not that important. As for the weapons, the crossbow pistols are the new weapons. Good initiative bonus, +5. Damage is okay. It's a one-handed. It's not a blunderbuss or not a black powder weapon, so that's okay. Reload 1 strategy point as all non-black powder weapons, and bypass 6% ammo reduction. That is actually quite nice. So, what else do we have? He can buy a hero. Well, the only hero we have at the moment available is this one here, the Temper Knight. Good selection of defensives, heavy armor, that's good. Acceptable ranged weapons, very good selection of melee weapons. Great axe, great hammer, great sword, halberd, so excellent choice of weapons here. He has last stand, so he will never run, that's quite good. And very well, that is more or less the same. The only problem is you cannot use flee or retreat, which might be bad in some situations. But let's buy one. Let's have a look at his skills. And he's got the Stoic skill, which means if he's engaged by more than 2 enemies, he gets a melee resistance plus 10%. That's not that bad, because melee resistance actually means it keeps you from getting hit in the first place. When you're attacked, the first thing that is calculated is the melee resistance. The higher your melee resistance, the less often you're hit. So, as for henchmen, we have the choice between the Sealet, acceptable defensives, no heavy armor sadly, acceptable range, good melee weapons. He's got the halberd, he's got the great sword, great hammer, great axe sword, so that's okay. It's okay. It's not perfect, but it's okay. Let's buy one, just to have a look into him. So, he starts with a spear, which is not that good of a weapon, if you ask me, because it does too little damage. It has a good initiative bonus, plus 10, and it reduces the enemy's chance to dodge and parry, which is nice. And later on that might be very useful. In the beginning the enemy is not able to dodge or parry anyway. Well, not at any useful rate anyway. So, when receiving damage, melee damage increases by 10%. It's stackable. So, yeah, if he gets hit a lot of times, then yes, this would be useful, because let's say he gets hit 5 times, then he has 50% damage bonus. The problem is he's not wearing heavy armor, so getting hit often means actually for him dying. When we look at his stats, he will not be able to learn sidestep maximum, so dodging will not be his total friend. Intelligence is okay, alertness is okay, weapon skill is okay. He's more ranged fighter when you look at his martial skills, but, well, okay. And then we have the Flagellant. Let's look at the guy. First thing that you see, no ranged weapons. We can live with that. Second thing we see, he has no armor, not of any kind. That means this guy will have to dodge. And now comes the problem with dodging. Yes, dodging is great. Dodging prevents you from getting hit, but the problem is, first of all, dodging only works if you're in a dodge stance, which means if you're ambushing, for example, you have no dodge. If you don't have the sidestep skill, you only dodge once, and even if you have the sidestep skill, you only dodge up to 3 times. And there are a lot of things in this game who can do more than 3 attacks. And if you get attacked by 2 guys, well, guess what? You're dead. So, oh boy, this is going to be hard, because he cannot use the shield, so you cannot say, okay, I forget about the armor thing, I will go for melee resistance and not get hit in the first place. He cannot do that, because he cannot carry a shield, and without shield it's very hard to rise your melee resistance. Yes, he has access to the Great Flail, which is great, point given. It's the best two-handed weapon there is, if you ask me, because I'll show you. The two-handed flail, the master of weapons, if you ask me, has a bonus to initiative as a two-handed weapon. So actually fast, and that's with the two-handed weapon. And it bypasses 50% of armor. Hooray! And it does a hell of a lot of damage. Wonderful weapon. So, yeah, his melee resistance 6%. So if he's not dodging, he will get hit all the time. And as he can carry no shield, he will not be able to parry. No ranged weapons, okay, so you don't have to put any points there. His agility is okay, so he can, in theory, learn sidestep high enough to be dodging 3 times a turn, but yeah. Toughness, yeah. What is his special skill, though? Okay, yeah, he's immune to all alone, fear, and terror test. That is the same, that the Dark Soul of the Chaos guys is, but the difference is that the Chaos guy might not be used, or he's not able to use the Great Flail, therefore he can wear heavy armor. And a helmet. This guy cannot even wear a helmet. Are you kidding me? Oh boy. On the other guys, these guys have flails, so they're pretty hard hitting. Oh, it's a hard question. So, let's have a look. What else do we have? Do we have any new weapons? Let's look a quick look at the crossbow pistols. Yeah, we know that already. Besides that, there are new weapons here. And as I have not played them any further, I cannot show you the two more classes they have. They have, of course, two more hero classes and an impressive. As far as I know, their impressive is like the impressive of the Sigmar. It's a human. It's actually an executioner with an axe. So, well, he must not wear an axe, but you know, get the point. Which is good because the most impressive of the other warbands cannot pick up stuff and cannot enter buildings. So, he most possibly can. They will get a spellcaster. I'm not a fan of spellcasters because spellcasters have the tendency to blow themselves and their allies up. So, no way we're going to do that. And the second hero they can get, I think, is a special kind of salad. You can say it's the pimped version of the flagellant, which is also quite crazy and not running away in that stuff. But I have to check that out to be pretty sure. If you want me to try out this warband to bring it to victory one or more times, just let me know and I will do just that. As for now, I thank you for watching and we'll see each other next time. Bye!